Yeah, I hope that's up to your appetite, because throughout the day we've been bringing the Netball Super League squads ahead of the new season. Of course, the sport turning professional in 2025. Just one more to go. We've left the best till last, quite literally, because we've got breaking news from the champions who name their 10 players. We'll be speaking to these lovely ladies to my left in just a moment. Let's bring in the Loughborough squad in full. And the big news is that they've signed Samantha Wallace-Joseph after she left Australian side New South Wales Swifts. The other attacking addition, Berry Neal, joins from London Pulse. They also brought in South Africa international Shadeen van der Merwe and Jodie Gibson. And the Loughborough Lightning looking to win Super League for a third consecutive season. Right then, let's get straight to it. Loughborough head coach Vic Burgess and also player Nat Panagari have come to the studio to speak to us. Great to have you with us. As I say, leaving the best till last, and you know the target's on your backs because you are, reigning champions and you've won the last two.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Samantha Wallace-Joseph. Vic, how much of a coup getting her?
I think for us, I've had lots of conversations with her in the signing window, and she is so excited to be over and playing in the Super League. And I think she'll be a brilliant asset to our team. We've got some brilliant people around her, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how we can develop and connect as a team across pre-season and ultimately, as you said, go for the treble. Yeah,
and speaking a little bit earlier on to Karen Gregg, talking about just the scramble for players, right? Because the squads are smaller.
Yeah.
And, everything almost is reset to zero a little bit. And, just that competition for places at all of these squads. And let's talk a bit about your attacking circle, which has been refreshed with Berry Neal coming in as well. That area of the team, how important to strengthen it?
Oh, huge. I think with Berry coming in there, she'll offer us some real creativity. She's a very accurate shooter, really brave, really confident to go to the post, and that's exactly what we were looking for. We've also got Ella Clark in there as well, who is formidable in that circle too. So I'm really excited to see what the different types of combinations we can look at and styles of play that we can work with across the season.
Now, this is a new professional era. And what I've loved about today, and we were just talking about it on air, is that everyone has really felt that excitement. I've really sensed that they are really kind of going for it now with this new campaign. But how important do you feel it is, and how significant is this next season in terms of this sport in this country as a whole?
Yeah, I think this is massive, and as a player it's such an exciting time for us to go into, and for me I'm just so excited to have all the games televised, how competitive the games are going to be, have arena games. That's what you dream of as a little girl, isn't it? Playing netball in front of lots of fans and having that opportunity now to have lots of arena games is just going to be absolutely incredible.
Well, I mentioned that you're the reigning champions, and you've been the dominant team in the last couple of seasons, but what's been the secret? Now, I'm not saying you reveal your trade secrets to everyone watching, including the other teams in Super League, but what has been the most significant factor, would you say, Nat?
I think for me, probably our culture. That's something I think we're both really kind of proud of, and something that we really enjoy working on. And we're not saying it's perfect, it's something that we work on every single year. And I think that's what it comes down to. We want to be competitive, we want to keep winning, we want to be successful, we want to be in grand finals. And we're not afraid of saying that and owning each other accountable about it. And I think that for me kind of has that X factor for us at the club.
I mean, just watching this trophy lift, you need pleased as punch to do it in the second time as well. But, I mean, how much do you think it's going to elevate the game here? These matches and these arenas, this kind of moment, can you forecast just almost like how big that would be in 2025, Nat?
It would be absolutely incredible, and to have so many games in the arena, 50% of the games to be in it, and not just kind of one or two throughout the year, having half of those games that you step out and having thousands of people watching you, and having young girls, young boys able to watch our sport and watch it grow. That's what it's about, and I think that's what we're just so looking forward to, especially in the Midlands area. It's going to be really competitive there now to get bums on the seats and get fans and get the Lightning fans coming to us, and we just can't wait to see them out there.
What about the group as a whole this year, Loughborough Lightning? Do you sense that there's this kind of amazing kind of core, and that you've got, bringing through young talent as well? Is it the right mix? You feel like you've got the right group to defend against?
Yeah, well, we've retained 6 of our players and brought in 4 new players that we feel will add real value and strength to our team. So I think, as Nat said as well, our expectations are high, and we will, get into pre-season and hit the road running and get making sure that we put ourselves in the best position possible to defend our title.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've re-signed for the club now. What do you find so special about about Loughborough? When people hear about Loughborough, particularly to do with university sports, to do with, building the careers of incredible athletes, what is special about Loughborough?
I think for me, like you said, the facilities are second to none. What we get, the support system that we have, but also the coaching staff, just everything I get there is kind of what I need, and it does feel like home. And for me to sign again, I signed a 1-year contract when I was 25, and I'm now 33. Being able to sit here and say I still get to play and still get to represent the club and represent my family, and that's what it's all about. That's what I genuinely love about Loughborough Lightning, that family connection and that family feel.
I mentioned the targets on your back. How do you deal with that? I mean, they always say winning a title is difficult. Defending it successfully is even harder. But then when you get to this new era where suddenly the focus is that sharper, the media, the coverage, being live on Sky Sports News today and then us following you through, how will that make your challenge even tougher, I suppose?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot. We talk about winning and make sure that everybody's on the same page with what the aims are, but also we know that it's a privilege to be in this position. We've worked hard to have this target on our back, so we pretty much thrive off it. So that'll be something that we continue to do going into 2025.
Yeah, and we know obviously we've got the two new clubs in the Midlands, Birmingham, Nottingham. But where do you think your biggest challenges will come from? Maybe Nat, you first.
Oh, that's what it's about though, isn't it? I don't want to be able to say that because that's the whole point of Netball 2.0, I suppose. Every game, want them to be competitive. But, I think that game when you step out against Nottingham Forest will be incredible. We're literally 15, 20 minutes down the road from each other. So I'm excited for that new rivalry there. We used to have it with Wasps, so that's kind of really exciting now to feel that. And obviously, when you come up against Manchester Thunder, having that final against them, so to kind of come up against them again in 2025 will be really good.
And listen, I mean, I feel that because, as I mentioned before, we had Karen Gregg in the studio before, and she was just saying, we've got close. We haven't quite got over the line. We might, win the league, but not the title. And, we want to address that. Now, I wasn't going to say it's fighting talk, but it's certainly putting something out there.
We'll take it as fighting talk.
What about you? Do you sense there's still the Manchester rivalry there?
I think that'll always be there, but as Nat kind of alluded to, there are a few new teams in this year, and there's been some shake-ups around where players have gone to. So I think teams will be taking some time to figure each other out. But I think there'll always be those little rivalries that have been there for a long time, especially with teams that have been in the NSL from the very start. Yeah. So, I don't see that disappearing anytime soon.
No, I mean, how fascinating that, because you've got this new mix, right, and you've still got some historical rivalries, and, it's the new era. So it's almost the perfect mix.
Absolutely.
How exciting is it?
Oh, so exciting.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Good luck with the season ahead. Thank you so much for coming in to see.
Thank you very much.